Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. And we're back. One more time with Stairway to Cleveland Unsupervised.
That's what we do.
Seems to be us most of the time these days.
Just being unsupervised, doing things that we do.
That's it. But we're gonna have another great episode
Oh,
together.
it's a tough one. It's a real tough
This was
one.
tough. This is when I sent this over to you, I was like, "Fuck."
Should be a top 20, but it's only a top 5.
It's top 5. It's always top 5 here on.
And it could change tomorrow, but
It might change before this list is over.
I know I might add something else.
But I know you said you've only got a couple alternates, but I got
No, I have a shit ton of alternates, but the problem is I'd be rattling for hours.
How rare. Anyway, so our category is for tonight our top 5 best album covers.
Oh boy,
Best album covers. This was tough, man.
it was. I kicked myself in the nuts over this one.
Yeah, I even was going on the internet going, okay, I know I'm forgetting a bunch of them, but
Oh, I just did.
I just scoured my brain and
Yeah,
picked the ones
I
that
went.
came
I
out.
went back to when I was a kid, and the albums I stared at the most.
Yeah.
And that's where
And that's what we did when we were kids. They're at albums.
We just stared while the album was playing. We read all the notes,
read all the notes.
everything. We just, and then we'd put it on again and do the same damn thing. We've watched it. I mean, it's an album cover. It's 12 by 12. How long can you stare at it?
Hours.
A long time.
Pick out all the little details. And
Yeah.
I remember being a kid and thinking when I looked at like the record, the label on the record, and it showed who wrote the song, my dumb ass thought that's who sang the song.
Yeah, it's not always it.
No. Especially when you say, boy, that doesn't sound like Ace Frehley singing
Sing
Cold Gin.
Gin.
What the hell do I know? I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
But anyway, so what do you think? We should start?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna let you go first since you're the man of honor.
I get to go first this
You're
time?
the man of honor
Wow,
tonight.
you usually go first. It's my show.
It's okay.
It's your house.
It's our show.
We're here to-
and it's in my house. If we have to start claiming territory, you're first.
Valid point, my friend.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, maybe this will come out before Christmas. All right,
I put it on my Christmas list.
my number 5,
Oh, here we go.
Misplaced Childhood by Maroon.
Really?
Yeah, look at that cover, man. I mean, how cool is that? Can you see that at home?
Yeah, you can at home.
I mean, even the back's cool too, but
well, I know that's one of your favorite bands.
it's one of my favorite albums of all time. It's probably my top
Yeah.
5. But that cover's cool. It's got,
It's got a lot of
got a lot
shit
of
going
stuff
on.
going
It's
on.
got a lot of rainbow-ish.
it's about, it's
Stuff
called
going on.
Misplaced Childhood. It's about, growing up and losing your childhood and trying to find innocence again.
And wearing an awesome outfit.
Yeah.
That's what I...
But look at that album cover. Tell me you can't just
The
stick
name
that
of
for
the
hours.
album should be Awesome Outfit for a kid.
That's true. So what's your number 5?
Well, here we go. Now, of course, I could have probably done my whole top 5
I hear you, brother. I hear you.
with a certain band. This wouldn't be it, but Van Halen's first album.
Of course.
I stared at it over and over. Not because I was weird,
David Lee
because
Roth's hairy chest.
It wasn't that so much, but when I'm listening to it and I'm looking at it, I'm like, wow, these guys are really getting into it. And this cool red light shading. I mean, I had never seen a guitar like that when I was a child. And I'm like, man, this guy doesn't mind opening his shirt and playing an amazing looking guitar. So yeah, and this just was something. I mean, that's quite a bend. But yeah, Van Halen first album is my number 5.
That's a great album.
I love it.
And just when you put that album on and you start hearing that opening to Running with the Devil. It's
Bunch of horns.
my number 5. Now listen, I did not listen to this album a lot when I was a kid.
That's fine.
But the image of this album stuck in my brain so hard, I went and bought the shirt right away as soon as I saw it.
Yeah, too, I'm sure.
Now, I still don't listen to the album much, but it's still one of my favorite album covers of all time. And that is Iron Maiden Killers.
Oh, that was a cool one. My brother brought that into the house, and boy, wasn't that something.
I bet your folks love that.
Yeah. What is this shit? Anyway.
Great album cover. I mean,
fantastic.
There's some great songs on here, but I'm more of a Bruce Dickinson Iron Maiden guy.
Absolutely.
But this is the first time you see Eddie. And
I mean, the coolness is the blood on the axe and
the hand gripping the shirt.
I mean, we didn't know what Eddie was at this point. I mean, we saw the first album was just, you know, space. But that's probably one of the best Iron Maiden albums.
Yeah, this is when you really saw, though, Eddie growing into what he became, more or less.
We didn't know what it was.
No.
But we liked it.
But that was my number 4. Great album cover. Again, not my favorite album.
No.
But amazing album
cover.
Amazing album cover.
Amazing album cover. Okay, here we go. Now, this was the first album I ever bought. Rock and Roll Over. I love the simplicity, the bright colors. It was the first album I ever bought. Really? And, oh yeah. And I remember buying it at Record Carnival in the Great Lakes Mall. Yeah. And I just think it's the coolest thing. I have the tattoo of Ace on my arm because of this album. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It was cool. It was...
You must love it. You have 2 of them on your wall down here.
I have one there. I have one there. Yeah. I mean, and you would think it'd be number 1, but no, it's number 4. This is my 4th favorite album cover of all time.
It's on my alternates.
And I have several copies of this album.
No teardrops, though, apparently.
I did have one. I gave it away to somebody. John Wood owns my teardrop copy because he didn't have a copy of this, and I had 6. So I gave him one, didn't realize it was a teardrop copy. But anyway, number 4, Kiss Rock and Roll Over. First album I ever bought. Love it.
Great one. Mm-hmm. Let me move on to my number 3. Hold on, I got a couple albums here.
Oh,
my number 3, Bat Out of Hell.
Great album.
Another one of my favorite albums of all time.
It's a great album and a great cover.
Amazing cover. And I remember my dad bringing this home when we were kids.
Wow.
And it just blew my balls off. This cover just blew my ball. It's the first time you saw Meatloaf, songs by Jim Steinman at the bottom. Yeah. You're like, all right, cool.
What does that mean?
Yeah, exactly. What is that all about? And it's just the imagery of this whole album.
You know, the 70s and the motorcycle.
I still don't really understand what's going on right here.
Well, he's coming out of hell. And, like a bat.
Yeah, but the horse and the guy, and I don't know.
It's cool.
But then it's got Meatloaf grabbing a girl's booty on the backside.
I believe that's Ellen Foley.
Yeah.
When she was dark-haired.
But that's an amazing album cover. It jumps off at you. It's on my wall for my top 12 albums.
And one of the most recognizable album covers of all time.
Absolutely.
Because it was one of the biggest selling debut albums of all time, besides Boston, I think.
Yeah, it's an amazing album cover. I love it.
Ooh,
Keith gave me this copy. It would have been. It's in my alternates.
Your alternates? Your multiple alternates?
Yes, my multiple alternates. Number 3.
Number 3. That's your number 3?
That's my number 3, bro.
This is my... Oh, I'll take the plastic off. This is my number 3.
Didn't have to go far, did you?
No, I didn't. Because when I saw this, I thought, the hell is this? But I like the fact that the Kiss logo was all in diamonds, and it was just the whole black thing, and, you know, the blackout on the back. And
see, I didn't discover this album until after I discovered.
Well, this was my second Kiss album to have purchased, and I thought it was cool. Ace really had silver hair. I just thought, wow, these guys are really crazy, insane. And for the record, this one does not. For the record, this one was a. This is my prized copy of my collection.
No Kissing Time?
No Kissing Time on this one. This was the first pressing. Too bad for you, Record Den, because I bought this for $4.99.
Really?
Because they didn't realize it didn't have no Kissing
How long ago
Time.
was that? It had to be before the big vinyl rush.
The big vinyl rush. I would say about 8 years ago, but still, I mean, it's an album that's worth a couple $100, but what a great cover.
Yeah, and I remember saying, what the hell's Peter Criss doing?
What's going on there? I don't know, but I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, great album cover. I own the shirt, you know.
Yeah.
One of my favorites. Stared at it for a while.
Oh, yeah.
And Where's Drago? Is all I can say to you. If you have the album, you know what I'm talking about.
So that's your number 3.
That's my number 3, Scott.
My number 2. This album I stared at for hours and hours. Queen, News of the World.
What a great one.
I think it goes this way, actually. But it looks like this because it's got the fold out.
Oh, the fold, yeah.
You know, the whole shebang here. But this album...
Fantastic album. One of my favorite Queen albums.
It's a great Queen album, and the artwork is just... It's insane. I mean, it's a fold out. It's got the inside of people.
As a kid, when you see that, you're just like...
disturbing as shit.
Yeah, you're like, holy shit, this is amazing. This guy's got blood
Yeah,
all
he's
over him
killing the
because he's got a
band.
finger in him. But yeah.
Although I never thought that these guys look like the band per se.
Well, it's Freddie that's got the jab in him.
Well, that's Brian, I believe.
Brian May, John Deacon, and
that's
the other
Freddie.
one's on
Freddie,
and
Roger's
then
back
Roger
here.
falling. We don't know how that ended up.
We know how it ended up for Freddie.
Well, yeah, but not with a...
What might have been? Freddie got fingered.
Something happened.
Get it?
Something happened.
Anyway, my number 2, great album, great cover.
Wow, you're number 2. It is a great album cover.
Great album cover, man. Look at that. You don't think that's a great album cover?
No, I do.
Well, show me what you got, tough guy.
Number 2. I stared at this album more than I needed to. Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy.
Yeah, that's your prepubescent brain right there.
Well, yeah, here it is. That's why I stared at it. I tried staring as hard as I could.
Literally.
Yes, at this album cover. Great album.
It's a great album.
One of my favorites. But man, what a great album cover. The back, not as much as the front.
They're pretty on the back, too. Just
Well,
not that pretty.
These broads don't look anything like this one. I'll tell you that much.
Wasn't that Warren DeMartini's girlfriend?
No, I don't think so.
I think it was.
No, I think you're lying.
Google it.
Okay. It was just a girl that they perfectly picked for this album cover. And who knew that all that hairspray... I mean, it's my dream girl right there. So yeah, number 2, Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy.
Mrs. Barton?
She's my real
get
dream
some
girl.
Aquanet going upstairs.
But when I was 16, 17 years old, this was my dream girl. I never met her.
Don't get that cover too close, man. I think it's got DNA all over it.
There's nothing wrong with this cover. Yeah, and guess what? It's not a beat copy because the vinyl is pristine.
That's right.
My number 2, Rat, Invasion of Your Privacy.
We've already came to our number 1 albums already. That was quick.
That was quick.
That was quick because we don't have a guest.
We don't have a, yeah.
It's just us dummies again.
Just us.
But that's okay. That's all we need.
We don't need anybody else. Well, we do, but we don't.
But I think we know what my number 1 album is.
I don't know if we do.
Destroyer.
Yeah. Fantastic album cover.
This is the album you just stared at, listening to the whole album. I just remember staring at this album, listening to God of Thunder, and just picturing the whole story in my head. And for hours and hours, I would just stare at this album. And granted, I would put a lot of Kiss albums on my list, including the one that's on my shirt. But this is the one that...
shirt.
Yeah, some cool dude gave it to me. This was the one, man. This is the one that I just...
It kind of lit a lot of people up. I was, as a kid, thought that was the coolest thing. I mean, that album cover may have been the first sighting of Kiss because my older cousin, Daniel, had this album, and I told my mom I want the album where the guy's hair is on fire because Gene Simmons' hair looks like it's on fire.
Yeah, kind of.
And she said, I don't know what you're talking about. Couldn't explain it, but that was the album, yeah.
Because this is right before the Paul Lynde holiday special, or Halloween special. And
yeah.
But my first taste of Kiss was the Halloween special, so I bought Alive first because I was told to get Alive first. And then I think this was like the second album I bought of all time. But Kiss.
Fantastic album cover.
Yeah, absolutely.
Iconic.
Yes.
And you're going to laugh because here is my number 1. And I probably stared at this one more than any other album cover ever.
Oh, God, it's Janet Jackson, isn't it?
Kiss Alive.
Well, there you go.
I know it's pretty Kiss heavy, but they had really great album covers.
They did have the best album cover.
But this one, I mean, I would inspect this album. I'm checking it all out. I don't understand why Ace Frehley's guitar is upside down.
Right.
But
you barely see Peter Criss.
And that's fine. But it was just, I think it was, I don't know what it was.
It was
Finn Costello, I believe, took this picture. And this is a great pressing of this album. It still has the insert. But I mean, there was things to read.
Yeah.
You saw the other, and then you had
the best album inserts, though. I said the best album cover.
I know, but it includes the insert, and this is part of the cover. I guess. And then just, I mean, as a kid, I never knew that this many people got together and watched a band. How cool was that?
Yeah. And I still, when I was a kid, I had no idea if those were boys or girls holding that fucking picture.
Nobody knows. We know now.
We know now.
But yeah, my favorite album cover, I guess, of all time is Kiss Alive.
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's cute.
Well, there's our top 5s. I do have a couple alternates.
Well, go ahead.
I wrote them down because
Yeah,
I just wrote a couple. I told myself if I didn't just stop, I'd be here all day. And we don't have time for that nonsense.
No.
Okay, obviously, I've got Love Gun, also Kiss.
Cool.
It's got the girls. And
Oh, yeah, the girls.
1984.
Great album cover.
I mean, that's a great album cover.
It is.
The Cherub with the cigarettes. Rock and Roll Over, mentioned by you. Number of the Beast, another Iron Maiden, great album cover.
Pretty cool.
With the Eddie controlling the devil, controlling the guy. It was
really cool. Very cool.
Aladdin Sane by David Bowie.
Another cool
Another
one.
iconic album cover.
It is. You're right.
Lightning bolt face and just Sgt. Pepper.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Come on. How can you name that as one of your most iconic album covers?
And a great album.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I just remember it's very English because a lot of the people you try to pick out, you have no freaking idea who they are until you get that little chart and see. Oh yeah, that's
okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right.
And Boston. All 3 of their albums are cool. And Rainbow Rising.
Very cool.
Rainbow Rising is a super cool album. And Holy Diver.
In Between the Eyes. Where the Stratocaster's coming through the guy's forehead. That's a great album cover.
Yeah, there's a lot of great album covers. We could be here all day talking.
We could. And Hypnosis was a company back in the day, in the 70s mainly. I mean, if you saw an odd but cool album cover, it was usually that company that did it.
Cool.
Pink Floyd, Wish You Were Here.
Great
album cover.
Great album cover.
Scorpions, Love Drive. With the bubble gum.
Yeah, the bubblegum booby.
Yeah, that's a nice set. Anyway, nice set of albums.
Highway to Hell.
Highway to Hell is back there.
Another great album
I think
cover.
Women and Children First is a cool album cover. I mean, there's so many.
Right.
There's so many cool ones.
Yeah, I mean, tell us some of your favorites in our comments section.
Yeah. If you watch this.
Yeah.
We would hope you would.
What are you doing if you're not?
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty cool list we made.
Yeah, and there's so many good ones, but we like to hear other people. I mean, like, the Scorpions had a lot of good ones. Animal Magnetism was cool.
Yeah. Blackout.
Great album cover.
That's cool.
So many good ones out there. But yeah, hey. Oh, I want to give a shout out to the Midnight Movie.
Hey, our buddies.
My buddies. We've got Denny, Rich, Triv, and Vernon.
Yeah, buddy.
Great. Check them out. Midnight Movie. If you like those old campy movies that were horror movies that were great, a la Big Chuck and Houlihan and Big Chuck, or Big Chuck and Little John.
Yeah.
Little skits and everything. Those guys are great guys. I love them. Thank you for the shirt. Check them out at www.themidnightmovie.net. Yeah. I believe they're on Spectrum. I can't remember the channel. It might be 129 or something. But check them out. Thanks, guys, for always supporting what we do.
Those guys are great.
Love the Midnight Movie.
Yeah, and also don't forget to come see us every other Thursday up at Bar Forno in Willowick when we do our game show, Fandom Madness.
It's fun.
You come hang out with us, our dumbasses.
Yeah, we're fun.
And we give away prizes and stuff, and it's a great time. They have great food, great drinks, and a good time. Have
very good food, though.
Don't forget to check out Vinyl Arcade, his band.
Don't forget to check out Big in Japan.
That's right.
Scott's band.
Yes, and thank you for watching our stupid clips when you can. Don't forget to like.
Way to sell it.
That's right. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell, notifications.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Let's get this channel.
If you have any, tell them.
Yeah.
If you don't have any, that's cool. We could be your friends.
We're here for you.
We're always
see Tommy and I see Bobby.
You see them from here?
Yeah, no.
Really. I have trifocals and still can't see. Oh, not wearing my glasses. That's it.
That's it.
All right. I think that's it.
For Stairway to Cleveland,
That's Keith.
that's Scott.
Deuces.
Hey, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, share it with your friends.
And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Show us your tweets.